Hey friends, it's Joy with Decor Made with Joy, and today we're going to make a simple swag project. So I was looking for small 24-inch white pine teardrop swag bases, and I could not locate any. I've been making a lot of swags this season with the 24-inch, but I did find the 20-inch at Craft Outlet, and it comes just like this, and it's just really it was $5.95 or something. So it's really, it came and it really squished up. And the first thing I do with any swag is just take it and separate those pine ties, pull them, get them into the shape of a teardrop swag, if you will. And that just takes, handling each branch and pulling them out and fluffing it out. And then I like to turn it over to the back and make sure my spine is straight all the way down. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And when I got these in, I was trying to figure out what am I going to make. And, I got some supplies in from Jam Supplies, and that had been on sale for the Candy Cruise fall into workshop. And I had seen these online. They come like this, and they were normally $25, but with your Candy Crew, they ended up being about $16. And so the key to using a thing like this is just to pull it apart. I don't mean break it apart, just straighten it out and see what all is involved in it. And it's a beautiful pick with a lot of vibrant colors, but it it doesn't look so hot, all squished up. So you just pull it apart and see what you got. And it's a striped poinsettia like that. And then I always cut off the bottom, but I'll do some more fluffing of this, and I'll show you what I did here. I've still got my swag, and I simply, like I say, pulled it, spread it all apart, and then I zip tied it to the back. I've got a zip tie here and here, and so it's nice and secure, not going anywhere. I haven't used any glue. And then you have a choice now. You could put a bow down here, you could fill in with other things, but I believe what I'm going to do is go ahead and do exactly the same thing, just go in the opposite direction. Wire on a second one of these, go in this direction. So it'll end up looking like that. And then we're going to glue some things around it. So let's work on that. So here's the second one that I am zip tying on, and then I will slide the zip tie locking mechanism around to the back and cut off the excess. And I'm going to add one more for security here, and then I'll just simply pull the petals on this poinsettia up. So there we have it, the two little sprays locked in, no glue used so far, just zip ties, zip tied to the spine of this small little swag. And I add, it ends up adding some length to it, so it's going to end up probably being my 24-inch that I like. But I am going to go back in and add some other things, but you would not have to. You could add a small little baby bow here at the top, or you could sell it just like this, and you've only got if you happen to be in the Candy Crew and can get a discount, you have got about $38 in this, and I don't make anything that inexpensive. But we're gonna, just because that's how we are, we're extra, we're gonna keep adding some things to it. I'll go ahead and tell you some more about this spray in case you are not a member of the Candy Crew. Okay, I finally located the little tag for it. This spray is NAPCO, NAPCO. It is item number 41612, 41612. And there's a website on here, www.napcoimports.com, napcoimports.com. It did ask for a business tax ID number, and I don't have that yet, so I could not order from there. And I had ordered 5 of these from Jin Jin, so that's all I'm going to need. But I wonder what you could get it for off the NAPCO site if you had a business license. But it sure is a big, full pick. And like I say, I'm going to be able to make a swag that is big and beautiful with limited supplies in it, which is really sweet. Okay, what am I going to add to it? I'm going to add some frosted kind of pine or frosted greenery that I get from Craft Outlet, item number 83611. 83611. I cut this all up and I'll go around the edges. And I also want to add in some of this holly spray. It's a 29-inch Fantastic Craft item BM763 GRCR holly spray. I think that'll be gorgeous around it to, just throw in a little bit. So stay tuned as we add that. I like to spread my leaves apart and dip it in my glue pot over here and take it in between some pine ties. And I like to push it toward the spine of the swag. Just really pull those greenery leaves apart so you can make your product stretch as far as you can. Boy, that is looking pretty already. Just love it. The only thing about working with this flocked anything is I get it all over me, and I wore a black shirt today, which was not very smart on my part. It's getting all over me, but it sweeps off. So again, just working the little areas. If you're in the Candy Crew, you hear Candy say all the time, work your windows, and I didn't know what in the world she was talking about for the longest time, but I see what she's saying. We take it all around, and this would be an open window here, and you're trying to work your greenery or whatever you're using. so that it's spread around evenly, is essentially what she's saying. Let's lift the skirt here and put one here at the bottom, going up to the pine, pulling it back down. So again, let me take the camera back so you can kind of see. That is really adding some depth and dimension. That's really adding some depth and dimension, and so far all we have added are to the 20-inch white teardrop from Craft Outlet is the 2 sprays with the striped poinsettia, and it came with the balls and the little candy cane looking squiggles, and then we're going around and adding the flocked greenery right around the edges. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to cut this holly, these holly leaves and holly berries up, and I just kind of spread them apart and saw where some natural cuts could occur. Kind of thick stems here. You're not going to get a lot of cuts out of each one, maybe 3. And I think I'm going to just go in where the white pine ties are and just add some color here. I don't want to cover up any of these squiggles. So I'm going to work on pulling that out. So what I'm doing here is pull it. Some of the berries had gotten buried down here, and I'm just pulling them to the front and making sure the leaves do not cover up the berries or the balls. And just pulling stuff out. Oh, I see a red squiggle here. So we'll pull that up. Okay. All right, some of the paper started coming off this stem down here that's holding a lot of this together. And if that paper is loose, you'd stand a chance on burning yourself. So I went ahead and pulled that off, and I'm just taking some thin floral wire and just wrapping that around to hold all that together. Okay, let's dip that into their glue and go in behind some of this white pine and push it toward the edge. And that just adds a pop of color and dimension right here on the side. And we'll attempt to do the same thing on the other side. So I was able to pull that off. The paper is not unraveling on this side. I just pull my leaves where they're visible. I'm real worried about getting the squiggle, so I'm going to pull him up and try to take this between some white pine ties down near the spine and stick it in there. That looks good. All right, I've got one more piece of this holly, and I'm going to try to go in toward the top there. So pretty. Let me take the camera and show you what I just did. Just added a piece of holly up in there. You know, really, with this piece, you could stop at any time. It just looks so good. But I'm going to finish, since I've got it all cut up, I'm going to go ahead and add some more of this flocking around till I don't have any spaces left. Like Candy says, work our windows, get that filled up. Now I'm just spreading some things apart and getting rid of some glue strings, looking for any holes that I have. That is not the best angle of that camera, but that is what we're looking at that we've got. And I'm going to work on separating down here just a little bit more, because it looks like my poinsettia has gotten mashed up. So I'll do that. And it's these balls that are getting in my way. Try to bend them and pull them out of my way. And this berry packet. That's better. So, isn't that gorgeous? I think it's just the prettiest, vibrant red and white with the berries spread in. And what I like to do, I think I'm finished with this, but I'll let it sit overnight, and I'll stare at it a little bit tomorrow and decide if I want to go back in with any of these greenery pieces that I have. I've been using that flocked greenery a lot, so it won't go to waste. If I don't use it on this project, I will find a project to use it on. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Take care.